I'm doing a video of me restoring this PMG 1960 model 400 series with the key lock on it. Where I got this phone off, no, not off eBay, from the antique store. It didn't come with a line cord on it. Temporarily, a while back I put this on so I could test the phone if it worked, and it did work. So what I'll be doing is replacing this with this type of cord, the original type. This type of junction, I did mention to a friend I was getting one off eBay, but what I've done is move this on my 162. When I get the one I ordered off eBay today, I'm going to put that one back on the 162. What you need to do with these two phones is there's two types of screwdrivers, well, one type actually, flat blade screwdriver. For this phone, you have to remove the key. I'm going to put that to one side so I don't lose it. And there's the only key I've got, because these don't come, you can't get copies for these. You can done, but they don't work properly in this. They have 4 screws on the base of the 400. Now this is a genuine Aussie one, so I can tell, because there was three types of these made. There was the Ericsson, GEC, and the GPO version ones are made. And GEC ones are very easy to tell. And put it on one side. No, I won't do that. Then on the telephone, you have terminal 1, 2 and 3. On this particular phone, 2 and 3 are joined together, but I turned it to a 2-wire telephone. But I'm going to turn it to a 2-wire inside the junction, so what I'm going to do is remove the line cord. Then you do half a turn. And pull that out. And this is knotted on purpose. And I'm going to remove that link. And I'll put that onto a terminal or it has a link on it so I don't lose the original link. This one has had the resistance, and that's the 500 ohm bell coils. But logic is, if you have only one phone in your home, only one type of jack in the home, like that's what my flat does, a Renault 4 will be alright. Because this puts the bells from a Renault 4 to a Renault 1. If you're going to have multiple phones in your home, it's best to put the resistor in, and I've lost focus on the camcorder. Right, now you can see I put that link strap on top of the old other link so I don't lose the link. And what I'm going to do, as this is missing one of the strings on the other side, I'm just going to knot the cord because it's missing the holding string for this. I'm going to knot the end of the cord on one end, so when it's in the grommet, hang on. I'm going to knot the cord like that, so that will go in the grommet like that, and it won't be able to be pulled out from the other side. Now the colour code goes red, white and green. Red on there. White next to it, that's how I do it. Doesn't really remember which way you put the white and green on these two terminals. These will be both the same terminals I'm finished. And the green one. If you don't have the junction box original cord, the only way I will do it is an RJ11 line cord. I'll spend a bit of money to get the original parts. The guy spent probably about a £5 on this phone to get the new line, because it's going to be a £5 for the new line cord. And then I'll put this on. And I'll come back when I'm off camera putting up the case because I need to have a proper space to get that level. Well, I got the frame back together now. I'm going to put this in. Hang on a minute. I'll check that dial quickly. A bit slow, so when I'm doing the dial test, I'll have to pull the dial back fast with my finger because it won't dial on my internet mode. Because the internet mode only does accept pulse dialing, but the pulse you need to have a fast dial. Actually, what I might just look to my ATA and see if it works on there. And that's the case back on. Now I'll just get the key back in and I'll show you how to put the junction box on. Now, for some of my young viewers who don't know that old phones, I got these PMG 400s and 300, 200 series and 162s weren't plugged in or hardwired into the wall socket. So you had one of these would be fixed to your wall, and then the wire from the telephone exchange would come straight through the wall into your home, and then hardwired into the back of the telephone. I have got a hardwired phone in this house. I actually put it in myself as hardwired. So what you do when you put these up, you get the white and green, those two, and hook them together onto the jack, onto one screw terminal. Like that. I'll boost that bit off, there we go. And the red will go next to it like that. Now with the cotton string, what's a good idea is undo another screw what's not being used. Wrap that string around the screw, and then what will happen that will cause it to not be able to be pulled out the junction box. See, if I pull on it, it's not going to come loose. Now I'm going to pair the RJ11 line cord for my my type of job I'm going to use this line cord for. Now I got some of these telephone tools you can buy for 20 bucks in JK Electronics, or you can buy these off eBay. I got two of them. These normally have a cutter on that so it cuts the cord off, and then a thing does what they will do is cut the cord off. I'll do it on this because I have to cut the cord off anyway. Like that. But the problem is, you can't strip it the long way up. I had the blade break on one of these, so I actually modified it to be stripper only. So I'm going to just put it in there and pull the cores out. And you have the 4 cores: yellow, green, red, black. For information, red and black are not used. Green and red are. So use green and red for your telephone cable. And I've got these other tools I just strip wires with. Not that. I think it worked on. It's not stripping. Is now. And you just have the 2 copper cores. And what you do, I like to do it in colour codes: green on there, red on there, with the 2 green and red cables. White is on there, because white is the ringer cable. What you do, you normally would put spade connectors on a cord like so you're putting them on screw ties, but I don't have any spade connectors in the hand at the moment, so what I'm going to do is just wrap it around like that. And with the leftover copper, is get my clippers, cut off the excess copper so it doesn't hang over. Because you have a short, you might blow a fuse on the telephone exchange if you haven't got the copper cut off. Because I had a fault once, like that. Now I will emphasize while I'm doing this, certain telephone headers I mentioned a couple of videos back when I did telephone, some telephone headers will not support pulse dialing. Like some NBN providers will send you NEM motors will not support pulse dialing. I have an NBN but it does support pulse. But if you haven't got a support pulse, you have to get yourself, I think it's Roadtone is the good one to buy. Or dial gizmo. It's one of those two. One of them is the one you have to fit inside the phone, and one you have to. One is plug into the phone, so you have a plug from the wall fitting. What will come from the wall, and you plug it in one side of the into the pulse tone thing. Then the other half will plug into the phone. I'm just going to fish this other cord in so I don't have it ripping out by mistake. Like they said, it doesn't get ripped off, and that will hang over the side like that and come out. This is the best way to convert phones you want to use on a modern system, not to replace the whole board. If you can't get a junction box like I did when I first got this and come with a junction box, this is the only cord to the phone. But if you have the original one, don't take the cord if you use the junction box, connect the hard cord. Like that. Now I'll quickly plug this into the phone and test the phone out. I'll go to my ATA and I'll test it that way. Because I have a CNET line here. Was a private telephone for telephone because I am. Thinking to see friends overseas on this service. Just wait for that thing to pick back up. There we go. Now I'll dial my Ericsson N170B and see if the dial's out. That's the dial tone. And then right, it's 232 for that phone. By something in this either. Now if I dial the opposite way, should hear it ring. Now I'm going to demonstrate the call lock on this phone quickly. When the call lock's off, okay, so I'll take the key, it won't be able to dial out. Nothing. Dial my microphone's playing shit as well. I don't know why it's a short nap, I didn't have the toggle anymore. We're here now and I dial the number without the key in. Doesn't dial. You set that line. Dial 0 and I'll hang up. Now I'll hook up to my NBN modem and I'll demonstrate what the ring is supposed to sound like. I got it's either the American ringing cadence because I have it up to my ATA. I hope this reaches. Don't look, but I have to wait. It like that to reach. Siri, call home. Here, mobile sensor, they're fine. That's a video showing how to convert a PMG 400 series back to its original. No, how to restore PMG 400 series.